Cover me when the shadows fall. Won't you bend over, Lord, and
Dinner time, actually lunchtime. I have sudachi here. Sudachi is like a citrus fruit and sparkling water. It really tastes good. It's good. I don't know if we have sudachi in Canada or North America. Maybe. But let's move on to the mystery soup. This is the truffle oil, which I'm supposed to add to it. Truffle oil, and I think we have to break it here and add the oil. The essence of this soup. All right, oil in. Was the super? No, it's super cheap. You know, these instant noodles were invented by a Japanese guy, and they are so cheap to buy. But they actually have, real meat and things in them, like this egg here, and some green onions. Maybe there's a shrimp here. Nice. This is a superior truffle soup with mystery meat. I wonder, what did they put into it? So much steam coming out of it. Oh my gosh, it smells great. I can smell the mushrooms. Truffle oil. Actually, I've seen so many products with truffle oil these days, but I've never eaten the real truffle, so I don't know if it's really tasting good or not, or like the truffle. And they change the menu of these soups. Every now and then there's some other soup with something else. So maybe if I have time, I will be scoping the soups, the different kinds. There's definitely aroma. Wish I had the right light. Cannot see the inside without spilling the soup. This is the mystery meat here. Looks pretty close. I like how they make the picture look like the real product. Smells great. Oh, Build, welcome. We're eating truffle flavored noodles. from CupNoodle. You know, in Yokohama, there's the museum of this guy who invented it, and they dragged his whole shed into the museum, and you can go and see how it looked like. He went through like so many different stages of doing it. Like, you know, how do you make this noodle in the right position in the cup? And he found solutions to this. Or how to make them instant without them getting bad and things like that. And he was doing this all out of his shed, like a garden shed type of shed. I've never seen that. Yeah, and you know, it's sometimes there's always some different flavor there. It's supposed to. Sorry, I ripped it, but it's supposed to look like this with the shrimps. I saw only one shrimp. I actually mixed it. Maybe there's more. That would be funny if I called them like, I had only one shrimp in my soup, but it looks like there are 3 on the cover. They will say like, oh, we're terribly sorry, sir. We're going to send you the replacement. Definitely. There's some really cool aroma. I think it's just truffles. Chicken, beef, and shrimp. Whoa, interesting. You know, I'm gonna be buying different flavors. I'll see what they have. It's like Kit Kat. Every few months there is a new Kit Kat. But I stopped doing the Kit Kats because there's just so many of them and it's too sweet. You know, like when you slurp these noodles, the flavor from the oil comes. It's like as if there's some onion in it or the mushroom, I guess. I'm drinking Sudachi sparkling water. Dev, do you have Sudachi? It's sort of like a really green, small citrus, sour citrus fruit. I bet this is only Japanese. Maybe it's only growing in Japan. Cheap, flavorful instant noodles. What if you had squeezed fresh lemon in the cup? I did. I mean, not in the soup, but maybe you could make a new flavor if you did that in the soup. Truffle Sudachi. Oh, you don't know it. You know, I have a feeling this is just Japan. I didn't know, but they have so many citrus fruits that I've never seen in my life. And every time I see them, it's like, what is that? Is it a grapefruit? Is it like a lemon? Yeah, I'm sure it would work well. You know, some soups, they come with like kimchi taste flavor. They for sure have lemon juice or citric acid in them because they are spicy and a little bit sour. Absolutely. I'm going for the meat, guys, now. I'm going for the meat. Yeah. There are so many Kit Kats here, guys. Like, I used to do scopes of Kit Kats, but every 2 months, there's seriously a different Kit Kat that I have never ever seen. I must say, the meat tastes good. It's not like dry stuff. It's got even good flavor. It says Mr. the Meat on the on the cup. I think it's pork. So when you smell it and slurp it, you get the smell of like truffles, but then you bite into the meat, it's kind of like a pork flavor. And in the museum, they have every single flavor that's been produced in a wall of fame. There's this huge wall inside with every single soup. It's really cool. Yeah, yeah. Like here is supreme flavor of truffle. I think here, and here it says with mystery meat inside. Bonus, if you go to the museum, you can go inside and make your own custom flavor that is not sold anywhere. And it gets packaged and sealed and it comes in like puffed out bags so it doesn't get squished. So good for transport, like put it in your suitcase. I don't know if they're gonna let you in your country with this, but if it's dry noodles, I guess maybe. Oh, this tastes so good. Mustard and meat. Superior truffle. Superior truffle taste. Cup noodle. I think this is superior. Oh, I'm almost at the bottom. There are lots of these tiny egg yellows. Also tasty with that green onion. And the cup is made out of a recyclable material. It's not plastic. And it's also isolating the heat so you don't get burned, because it's super hot when you put water. I once had this spill on my legs, and I had burns for like 3 weeks. Terrible. Now I know why on the cup it says, be careful, it's boiling hot water, and yeah, like here it says, be careful, do not burn yourself. I failed at this one. I saw a documentary about the creation of instant noodle ramen. Oh yeah, noodles. Challenge was the provoking, pre-cooking. Yes. This was exactly what the guy was working. He had like burner inside, and he tried to figure out like what to do. And then there's also like if the noodles, how do you make the noodles not break inside? It's like they fill them in a shape and they get stuck in this cup. So there's space at the bottom and space at the top. And this was also, I think he had a dream how to solve this problem. And then he woke up and said, it's Eureka! I know how to do it. Yeah, usually they come without any oil, but oh yeah, even boiling this stuff on you, it's worse than you think. I've thought like, oh my god, it's nothing, right? But oh, it burned my skin. Oh, I found a shrimp. A shrimp also exists in here. I have a whole bunch of meat. Mr. Meat is certainly a pork, I think. Tastes good. And I think the museum also has soups cup noodle soups that were exported to other countries and maybe not sold here. Almost done. This was great. Yes, slurp, men slurp loud indicate this. Yeah, in Japan only. Slurping is required when you eat ramen noodles. I think if you don't slurp, the store owner might be concerned, and it's like you don't like it, or he might be offended. And now the citrus drink. Ah, so refreshing. I think the only thing that tourists don't know is to try the citrus fruits here. So many different kinds. There should be like a book or guide. What are they and how to eat them? Some have thick skin and are so juicy inside. Some are thin skinned. Men must slurp loudly. Everybody, even women. I think there's a comedy. What was the comedy called? They were slurping in I forgot the name. It was one of those better Japanese comedies from, I think, the 80s. But if you go to any ramen shop, oh yeah, slurping, water, slurping, more slurping. Women, not so much. Come to the ramen shop. If you come from Europe, where it's like impolite to slurp, it's shocking. But you know, the soup is hot, and when you slurp, you get all the internal flavor of the soup amplified when you do that. I think it doesn't work with the European soups somehow. Hong Kong noodle shops are this. Actually, the ramen noodles that came from China in around like the Second World War, maybe a little bit before. It's pretty new concept for Japan. So, are there any flavors you recommend of a cup noodles? I really like the seafood one, like the plain one that's always been sold. They have a seafood and they have chicken, and I always like seafood because it's got all the seafood things in it, like fish paste, some crunchy squid maybe, and the flavor overall, I think it's more appealing than just chicken. I probably just ate chicken in a whole life, so for me, chicken soup is normal. nothing exciting. Low sodium chicken. You mean like the soup itself? They have reduced the sodium in these things a lot through decades. So whatever is now, it's probably not that much. Maybe it's like a daily, around probably daily intake of sodium, which probably is still something if you eat something in addition to this. But you won't find much salt in Japan. Everything is very, very plain taste everywhere. Japanese soups, miso soup, except if you add too much soya sauce. If you use too much soya sauce, Ramen noodles sell low sodium packets. Oh, I see. So it's pretty much reduced salt. Huh. I wonder. Sodium always comes from the soup. So the noodles themselves, I wonder if they have any sodium at all. High blood pressure in Japanese. Imagine like 80s. There was so much sodium. Like, whoa. All that fast food from US. It made everyone fat and high blood pressure 100%. Now the products are a little bit better. Some of them even have logos with little human logo. That means that it's a special food that actually has been tested, and there is a what do you call it? Forgot the English word. There's something good about the soup when you eat it. I mean, it acts on your intestines or something. It's the flavor. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine so. For like a ramen, you can get whole big packets of ramen at the grocery store. That's the cheapest, like maybe $3. And then you use those big ramen bowls to cook the noodles and then add the flavorings. And then you can add everything else you want on top of that. But yeah, those ones are much better than the instant kind. Yeah, it's probiotics, yeah, but I think they're called functional foods in the West. Like they contain something that maybe helps you digest or gives you some health benefit. You can see it on drinks with tea and sometimes the instant noodle soups. And I think if you go to the company page, it will exactly tell you what was tested and what's the advantages of eating it. Maybe there's some, healthy fiber in it. Yeah. Or some cereals with healthy fiber, no sugar. That's supposed to help you digest and clear your intestines. As opposed to something else, that makes you constipated. So there is such thing. Maybe someday I will buy the product that actually has the health advantage sign on it. Sometimes there's too much fiber, really. The stuff that we eat, I think we need some fiber. You wouldn't believe how many people are constipated because they eat too much sodium and not enough fiber, and then they just suffer and they have to get some medicine. And of course, in the pharmacy, there's so many over-counter products for that. And there's also Chinese medicine for constipation, which you also can get over the counter. So many options. Almost done with this citrus. Sudachi is the mystery meat. So, no, it's the real meat, I think. I was trying to read it here, and I think I found pork here somewhere. So it's gotta be. It's either chicken or pork, usually. Beef also, but the flavor was like supreme beef, not truffles. Okay. thanks for watching. I'm going to go and do my siesta to digest this cup of noodle. Dream of real truffles, maybe. So, have a nice future Saturday. Take care. Bill and Gregory, take care, guys. And scoping down. Bye bye.